Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Sunique and today I'm talking about the Gentle Tarot. Now I've had this book for quite some time, but not the deck. And so the way I've sort of been using this is bibliomancy, if you like, and just going read, and then that's the page that I land on and this is the message. And the reason I can do that is because it's got an amazing full colour image. So it's all there, so it's been brilliant. But for a while, I do look at the deck and see, you know, when it's on offer, when it's on a good price. And I notice we've got a new linen edition. When was this out? 2022. Yeah, I think I've got this from Little Red. Was it Little Red Tarot I bought this? I think. It's been a while. But yeah, it's a lovely book. Really, really nice. So we've got some information here on the elements and the way they relate to the suits in this deck, and some numbers as well, which is always good. How to connect in with your intuition, and we've got some spreads, intentions to open and close, and then we're into the cards, and we've got all these lovely little images as well from the card included in the write-ups, which is, oh, it's a beautiful book, and it's coded as well at the top here, so you can see the codes there. So yeah, it's done really well, this book. And as it's called the Gentle Tarot, it is indeed a very gentle deck. And I recently did a video, it's a bit damaged now actually. I recently did a video saying about how my emotions have been a little bit up and down, and a spread that I did for that based on Racine's video at Moon 1513. So yeah, I thought I need some gentle energy, so I've got the Way of the Panda, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling Way of the Panda, and I saw we had the linen edition of the Gentle Tarot, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it. So I have, and I do believe that's what's in this box. And this is from Oneness Emporium. So today we have a black box. We have, yeah, the box is black, and we've got the lovely tape here from Oneness Emporium. So I'll just open this box. I've opened it sideways. Slide it out. Okay, so I've got an envelope. Let's see. And this is the deck. It's a lot smaller than I expected. Isn't that wonderful though, how these tissue papers like my background? Okay, so look in the envelope first. Thank you, nice thank you sticker. Nice pink envelope. Oh, I don't know this. This is new to me. So it's some sort of oracle deck with mushrooms, and it says rain, liquid abundance. I wonder what deck that is. Oh, what have we got here? A Three of Cups. A Seven of Wands. Yeah, I don't know this deck. And a thank you. A thank you card. It's the same Diastara one that I read out before the last time I had a mailing from Oneness Emporium. I tend to buy a lot of decks from Cheryl. Let's open it. Right, let's take the cellophane off. We'll have a look. I imagine there'll be a lot of walkthroughs anyway of this deck, but this is mine. So yeah, this is the linen edition, I believe. These are the sides. So those are the suit glyphs. Yeah, 2021, Murray in the Sky. Well, there you said, it says, The Gentle Tarot is an indigenous-made, hand-drawn tarot filled with imagery influenced by life in remote Alaska. The colourful art inspires connection with our natural environment, providing an open door for self-healing. The Gentle Tarot reminds us that when we truly believe in ourselves, we become powerful, potent beings. The set is comprised of 81 tarot cards, 8 cards with key descriptions, sample spreads and a PDF guidebook. The deck is printed on FSC certified paper and over 5% of proceeds are donated to environmental conservation and advocacy efforts. So there will not be a guidebook in here, but I have the large one, so that's not a problem for me. As it says on the box, there is an actual PDF version. So size-wise, they're a lot smaller than I imagined them to be. I thought they would be bigger than this. Let's find a tarot deck to compare. So there we go. As you can see, it's probably just as wide, but you know, the Rider-Waite-Smith's a lot taller. So these are the backs, reversible. I'm using natural light at the moment because the sun's out, so I hope I can see a shadow, but I hope it's okay. It should be okay. Spring is coming. Yay. Right, so the cards are colour coded. So the cups are blue. Here we've got the majors as purple. We have the stones, which would be pentacles, as green, or like an olive green. We have thunder, which would be swords, and then like what colour would you call that? I don't know, it's like a sand colour, I think. The wands are like pink. And then we've got these extra cards which are in place of a guidebook. We have an opening intention, which we saw, and a closing intention on the back of that card, which we saw in the big guidebook. Let's off with our major arcana. We can see we have salmon as the animal that's depicted here. Yeah, little baby salmon here, swimming downstream, and then we've got the adult swimming upstream. The call to their journey, isn't it? They're called to do this, and so this is what they do. And so it's a lesson for us to follow our calling, I think. Magician, raising the energy, beautiful. We have an owl as the high priestess. So that's lovely. The Empress. Oh, look at the butterfly as well on the top here. And we've got 2 little birds on the back. Beautiful. Lots of growth and creativity going on. We have the Emperor, which is an Emperor seal. So these animals have been chosen really carefully, I think. We have a Hierophant. So we need to go in the same direction if we're going to actually achieve anything. The Lovers. And there's another card for the Lovers as well. So we get to choose whether we want 2 butterflies on a flower, or if we want the energy of 2 people interacting. So if you can see, we've got sort of a yin-yang thing going on here. So if we follow this white here, then we can see it actually goes into the right hand, and then if we follow the black, it goes into the left. So it's interchangeable, which is really nice for the Lovers. And we've got the 2 sides of the moon as well. Lovely. We have, this poor salmon now, are in the bear's jaws. Yes, it's not an easy journey for the Fool, is it? That was the Chariot. There's Strength card. We've got a beautiful whale for the Strength card. The Hermit, little fox and his little, what is it called? The badge is called a cess. I don't know what a fox nest is called underground. You don't know. Wheel of Fortune, cycles of growth. Justice, weighing up the black and white. Nothing is really ever black and white, is it? But, you know, Hanged One, or the Hanging One, as it's called in this deck. And what I think is really cool about This image is the little, I think they're pigeons. They're just like, pigeons do what pigeons do, no matter what we decide to do or not do. It's quite nice. The death card is very much like the back of the card. And we've got a hermit crab here. Temperance. Rebalance in here. Bringing everything into balance. The devil. I like this devil card because we're holding the chain ourselves here. The Tower. So we're accepting what's happening in this Tower card, very much so, and we're in this still space, even though there's this chaos going on around us. We found the small still space within. Look at this fire inside. Lovely. It's a nice Tower card. We have the Star. The Moon. I would like to look at the Moon and the Sun together. Right, there's going to be some talking outside because the sun's out, so yeah. We have people in the gardens. Okay, Judgment. The World. And then we've got an extra card called the Unseen. And I'm going to pause the video now because I think it's going to get a bit loud outside, so I'll come back with the minor cards. Okay, so I've laid the suits out side by side and I've put the key cards on top, which show us what each card is. And the interesting thing in looking at this, looking at these colours, is if we look at the box, it echoes the rainbow colours that have been painted, or even if we look at this card here with the spreads on there, we've got those colours. So it's really cohesive. A really nice touch. It's really been well thought out, you know, this deck. Okay, so yeah, we have the cards with the meanings of each individual card on there. So we've got the Wands, the Cups, Thunder, which is Swords, and then we have Stones, which is Earth or Pentacles. So, yeah. And you can tell what they are as well. One, by the colour, and two, we've got the little images here as well that inform us. So yeah, they're two-sided. Okay, start with the aces. So I think what is interesting with these aces is the hands. And so here in the Ace of Wands, it almost looks like they're grasping onto this plant here for some reason. Instead of handing it over, they're actually holding onto it pretty tight. And so are they just grasping onto a new opportunity, a new idea. Whereas in the Ace of Cups, we can see it's being presented to us. So this bird is singing here, and it's got water here that's being offered to it. In the Ace of Thunder, we're actually hands out, ready to receive such powerful energy, so we can use that powerful energy in our lives. And in the Ace of Stones, we're being given the world, because this looks like a globe. Isn't that beautiful? And again, we've got the rainbow here and here. And you'll see the rainbow repeated in quite a few of the cards, actually. Okay, so moving on to the twos. So we're taking our first tentative steps in the Two of Wands. And I think what's interesting here as well is that where we're leaving behind looks quite barren, no growth, whereas the growth is happening right over here in the direction that we're taking. I love this Two of Cups. We're drinking from the cups and we're giving and receiving that nourishment. Very nourishing, those two cards. The Two of Thunder is the image of the box, but we seem to have closed down here and underwater as well. So Thunder would be swords. We normally see two crossed swords, so yeah, we're closed down and we've gone inward here. Whereas in the Two of Stones would be the Pentacles. We've got this rainbow motif again, which is beautiful. And yeah, we're balancing. That's really nice. We've got birds balancing on the flowers as well, which is lovely. And then we go to the threes, and here we're looking out over the horizon, seeing all those possibilities that are open for us. These two cards are really nice because it shows that coming together to actually grow in the Three of Cups and the Three of Stones. So that collaborative energy. The Three of Thunder, which would be the Three of Swords, well, instead of getting three swords pierced through a heart, we've got an anatomical heart with a face in it. And we've got, instead of the swords, we've got these thunderbolt lightnings, which we saw in the Ace. And this is energy that's available to us. It might feel like it's attacking us, but it clears the air, doesn't it? When we have a thunderstorm, that actually clears the air, and sometimes it's something we actually really do need in order to grow and, you know, move forward from that experience. In the Fours, so here in the Four of Wands, we're opening ourselves up, we've opened our wings and we're ready to fly. Really lovely. The Four of Cups, however, we've closed down again. So yeah, they're very expressive, aren't they, these images? The Four of Thunder, well, we would normally be seeing that as a rest card, and here we're resting on a rainbow. I don't know if it says anything in the guidebook, but the position of the hand here is quite interesting to me because it reminds me of the Tantien or Chi, or this is where life force energy is coming from. So it seems to me it's tapping into that life force energy. Just had a quick look in the guidebook and it says the hand on the abdomen is representative of ease in the solar plexus area. All stress and pressure are gone. So yeah, that's the reasoning behind that. But yeah, I saw it as sort of that life force energy. The Four of Stones here, well, we're very grounded, aren't we? Very in touch with the earth. Okay, we'll have a look at the guidebook in a bit. I might even do a spread. See how I go for time. Okay, so the Five of Wands, the Chaos card, the Upheaval card of the suit, the Five. So here we've got two bears sort of facing off each other. And all that implies. In the Five of Cups, we've got the spilt cups that we normally see. And then the two standing up that we're not aware of or not looking at. Five of Thunder. Well, we're trying to actually reach the top of the mountain here, and it looks a little bit too steep for us. The fox is helping us, but yeah, maybe that mountain is just too hard to climb. And so maybe we should think about choosing a different direction. Maybe this isn't what was meant for us. And the Five of Stones is beautiful because we've got a face here who's broke the surface of the water looking down at this beautiful turtle. It's gorgeous. So our sixes show two of the figures are riding on the back of animals, one in the air, one in the sea. We've got this moonlight streaming down and rainbows again, which are really nice. We've got the giving and receiving energy in the Six of Stones. We have simpler times here in the Six of Cups, innocent times. So it's really nice. Oh, victory going on there. We have our sevens. So a very sure-footed stance here in our Seven of Wands. We are very sure of ourselves here. We're going to stand up for what we believe in. And we've got the energy here of a totem bird. Blackbird. Again, rainbows. You'll see rainbows all throughout this deck, which is beautiful. The Seven of Cups, well, we've made a choice here. We've absolutely made the choice. You know, normally it's like there's too many choices, but here, yeah, we're going for what gives us life, what gives us energy, what sparks us up and lights us up. It's lighting up the face. So this decision here is lighting us up. It's the one to go for. That's the one we choose. Seven of Thunder, look at that cat. Isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful cat. and it's directional as well, this deck. I don't know if you've noticed, but you see this cat is looking in this direction, this figure is looking in this direction, this one looking straight at us. We've got, if we look back here, we've got direction there, an opposite direction there. So yeah, we could use the directions to inform a spread, which is, yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? I like it when cards do that. I never know whether it's intentional or not, but it's a fun thing to do. 8 of Wands, so yes, we've still got that fast energy here, and it's also infused with fire as well. 8 of Cups, we're walking away, but we've had our fill. We've drunk from that cup, and now, yeah, it's time to move on. 8 of Thunder. So we still see the restriction here, but it's an illusion, isn't it? You can see it's an illusion. Normally we see the swords surrounding us, but you can see that it's all in our mind here. We have foggy thinking. And then our 8 of Stones, and we're putting in the work, the hard work, time after time after time, and just producing something beautiful. You see the figure here, the outline? There's a lot of outlines in this deck as well. Need to get out of our own way sometimes, I think. Okay, 9 of Wands. Look at this in the background. Yes, that works so well, doesn't it? So normally we'd see the wounded warrior defending his position. Here we've got some sort of like a feline energy. On guard. You're not coming through. 9 of Cups. Well, we're having a lovely time there, aren't we? I do like the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Thunder. So it's very dark here. Very dark energy, but we're looking up. So that's nice. And then the 9 of Stones, where the bird is actually flying and not hooded on our arm. It's free, but it's coming back to us, even though it's free. Which I think says a lot, really, don't you? Okay, and then the 10s. So here we have the Burden card. And we're actually carrying that fire on our back, and that passion maybe had become a little bit too much, really. Our 10 of Cups, we've laid our eggs, and we're ready. Yeah, we have the rainbow in the eggs instead of over the top, which is nice. And we've got 2 little lovebirds here. The 10 of Thunder, yeah. Well, it's nice to see a card that hasn't got 10 swords in our back. But it does seem like we're being overwhelmed here with all this energy, all this electric energy coming at us. And then we have the 10 of Stones, which is beautiful. Look at these little chickens. One's laid an egg over here, and there's a couple of eggs over here, and we've got a little cat there, which is always all lovely little energy there. We've got a star in the middle of the forehead. Beautiful. Okay, so our court cards are all animals. So for the seed, and they're renamed as well actually, so we have seed, we have root, flower and harvest instead of page, knight, queen and king. And we start off with our baby animals. So for wands we have a seal, for cups we have a little beaver, for thunder we have a white fox, and for stones we have Bambi. So yeah, we're just starting off. And then for our root, which would be the knight, so now we're rooting in the suit. Yeah, that rhymed. Rooting in the suit. Anyway, yeah, so we've got some different animals, but we actually have a flower energy here in the pentacles, in the stone suit, which makes sense. Again, lots of rainbows. Then we have some birds for the first 3 flower cups, and then we have, I think it's a beaver in the stones. So yeah, beautiful imagery. The way the eagle has caught the lightning bolts there. Totally in control of the energy of the suits internally, and here externally. And 3 of the cards have the rainbows. So yeah, we have rainbows, as I said, throughout the deck. Interesting, we've got some rain coming down, snow coming down, snow coming down, snow coming down. So that's another element we can look at. Okay, so those are the suits. Right, so it's a linen cardstock, as stated on the box, and it is beautiful. These gorgeous edges as well, so you know exactly where you are in the deck. So as I said, this is a beautiful, beautiful guidebook and worth investment to actually buy. I mean, yes, we do have these little keywords on the cards, but I think this has been written really nicely. So here we have, embrace your gifts, no fear, receive, you're on the right path. And that's pretty much like the Wheel of Fortune. So that's nice, the way that's repeated. So here's our table of contents, introduction, the deck, the guidebook, gratitude, tarot 101, connecting with your intuition, some card spreads, the opening intention, the closing intention, and then we move on to the cards, and then the creator and editor biographies. So what I thought is to do a spread. So the spreads that we have in the guidebook, a little bit different. We've got the ones on here, so the Lift Me Up spread, which is probably the one I'm going to do. But we've got some different ones here. We've got a check-in, so that's mind, body, spirit, or past, present, future, which are quite familiar to us. But this Lift Me Up spread looks really nice. So the first card is, what is holding me back? The second, what can lift me up? And the third, how do I support myself? There's an extra love one, the root of the situation, what to release, what to embrace, what power of mind to call in, and a peaceful warrior. A circle of life self-care here, which is an 8-card spread. And this one's really interesting because we have the darkness, which is here, this empty space here. So this is the space for infinite potential to create and become. So really cleverly done. Right, so I think we'll do this Lift Me Up spread. So I'll pause the video while I give this deck a shuffle, I think, because you don't want to see that, do you? Okay. There is a slight bow to this deck, shuffling it, so that's something to be aware of. I just thought I'd mention that. But anyway, let's just have a look at this spread. So the first card, what is holding me back? So if this resonates for you, please feel free to take this spread, this sample spread. So what is holding me back? We have a Harvest of Wands. It's got a wolf barking at the moon. What can lift me up? The Five of Thunder. Wow, we're actually climbing that mountain, aren't we? How do I support myself? How do I support myself? Oh, Three of Wands. So we've got 2 Wands cards and 1 air element. So yeah, 2 fire and 1 air. So that's something you can actually take into consideration as well, how that ratio would work. Then we have, you might have noticed, and I didn't mention this actually, that the court cards actually go up again in numbers, and I've shuffled it now, so that's going to be a bit difficult to show you because I'm going to have to find some court cards in order to show you. But yeah, the numbers go up, so when we get to 10, instead of page, we have 11, knight is 12, queen 13, and king 14. So here we have our King of Wands. So that might be an issue for some people to actually remember that. But it's useful when we're actually doing reduction numbers. So if we reduce these numbers down, we have a 3, we have a 5, and then we have 10 and 4, which is 14. Which goes down to 5, so we've got 2 5s if you look at it that way. There are always different ways of looking at things, aren't there? But it does show me, and they're all odd numbers, when you reduce that one down, it does show me that there is a conflict of sorts here. Because they're odd numbers, it shows some sort of a conflict. So it's another thing we can take into consideration. So this position is what is holding me back, and we've got this Harvest of Wands. If we look here, it says, I embody the creative, inspiring and bold elements needed to push forth into newness. So as this is holding me back, then I would say in shadow, this is saying we're feeling a little bit unsure of ourselves. We're feeling a little bit afraid to actually speak our truth and be bold. We have a few issues, I think, with self-worth. But in the guidebook, it's really good because it actually gives you advice in the reverse position. So for the reverse position, the advice is, how would it feel in my body to release all doubt? So if we are having that doubt, and that doubt is holding us back, then we can use visualization to actually imagining it. And there is a practice actually howling at the full moon, and it's quite emboldening. It is quite, try it. That's all I'm going to say, just try it, because it does alter your perspective. Okay, so what can lift me up? And we've got Five of Thunder. Now you would think that this is not a great card to have in a position that's asking you what would lift you up. So if we take a look at the imagery here, which I did sort of talk about, we're trying to actually get to the top of a mountain. So we've got some help here from our fox friend, but foxes are a little bit wily, aren't they? They use sort of, they're known for being sly fox. So maybe we've got to look at this from a different point of view and not be quite so straightforward, not think that we can take the road most travelled, and maybe there's a different direction for us to take, one that maybe we're not too comfortable with, but will lead us to where we need to be, rather than following where we think we should be, is what I'm getting from that. And how do I support myself? We've got the Three of Wands. Look further afield, I would say. Expand your horizons. Don't get caught up in your day-to-day. There's more to life than that. There's much more to life than usual day-to-day sort of things. So maybe it's time to actually move your focus outwards. Anyway, that's just a tiny little perspective on the deck. On the card here, let me see what it says just for clarification. So the Three of Wands, it says, I create space as expansive as the horizon so that my decisions are met with the grace they deserve. Okay, Five of Thunder. Does it feel better to stop where you are? No need to climb to the tippity top of this mountain. Maybe that you are just fine where you are and your path has other plans for you. There we go. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Little look at this deck. That guidebook, as I say, it's worth the investment. I think it cost me about £15, I think, if I can remember right. I can't remember. I don't remember. I think it was around 15. That's what I'm thinking anyway. There is a QR code for the PDF guidebook on one of these cards, on the back of the welcome card actually. So yeah, so that is the Gentle Tarot by Mary in the Sky. Marisa Rice. A Parikiotova. I really butchered that, didn't I? Shall I just show you? There we go. But known as Mary, M-A-R-I, in the Sky. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and until my next video, bye friends, bye.